What's up, everyone? Good morning. It's currently 7:18 in the morning. Just got done with a leg workout. Want to give you guys a life update, right? Let y'all know what I'm doing. Keep it real with y'all. Just, let y'all know from someone who's actually starting from the very bottom. Y'all can watch my whole journey of the upcoming, right? So basically, today is May 27th. It's been about 1 month and about a week since I quit my 9-to-5, officially left and went full on all in into being an entrepreneur and trying to be fully independent of myself. And even though I had a game plan, honestly, you're never ready for this shit, man. You just gotta hop in and go. I had so much anxiety, so much just doubt, worry, fear about leaving, but at some point you just gotta make a decision to make the jump. And at the age that I am right now, 23 years old, I really don't have much to lose. Like, what's the worst that can happen? I mean, I don't figure it out and I go back to working another job. I'm more than confident that I can find another opportunity or a job if need be. But why not take a shot at my dreams and see what I can actually accomplish? So I just wanted to give it to y'all straight, show y'all exactly how it really is, what y'all need to do, what type of mindset you need to embody, what type of person, where I have failed this past couple of months, couple of weeks, so you guys don't, start off on the wrong foot and can learn as well along the path that I am going. So originally, just a little backstory on me. A lot of y'all don't know, I wanted to be a mechanic in high school, right? That was like my dream job, dream career. Oh, I want to be a mechanic. I want to fix cars for my life. I want to build a shop, whatever it was. I ended up going to a community college. Was there for about 6 months or so and got a internship at an apprenticeship at a dealership, right? Got taught by a world-class technician, the top of the top. This guy, honestly, I don't even know how to thank him so much. He taught me everything I know about cars. And I really am grateful to that man who taught me everything about cars. And in that chapter of my life, I really wanted to learn about cars. I still love cars, obviously. But as a hobby of mine, and when I wanted to transition into making that career, he helped me within 3 months learn everything I needed to be able to be a full self-sufficient technician and be able to be doing what other 40-year-old, 50-year-old, like grown men were doing. I was making the same amount of money as grown men were, right? Maybe some days I wasn't producing as much because it was based off of a flat rate fee, right? So you got based off of the amount of work you turned on. So the more experienced you were, the more work you could turn out. But I was still doing pretty good, and I was only about 18, 20 years old. And I was going really good, but then I got tired of it, right? I was like, there has to be more to life. I saw these people, they weren't too happy. Some of them were okay, but I've always wanted more, right? As a kid, as a young man, I've just always been so ambitious. And not even saying that it's not a bad thing or something to just have a regular blue-collar job and make an honest living. That is great. That is something amazing. Most people can't put themselves in that type of pressure of having to work a hard blue-collar job or construction or mechanic or whatever it is to provide for their family. So I respect those people a lot. But at the same time, if I have the knowledge and ability and I am willing to try to look for something better and try to improve myself, then I am going to go out there and do it, right? Because I always, at least, ever since growing up, I wanted to make my parents proud. I wanted to show them that, that their efforts went to waste and that I can repay it back sometime in my lifetime and ultimately just become a better person myself. But anyways, mechanic shop, I was doing that from 18 to 19 to 20. Really didn't know what I wanted to do with life. I was looking into sales. I worked a part-time at UPS. Before the apprenticeship, I was doing like quick lube technician. Then I got transitioned into the technician position. I did that honestly for like 2 years. It was okay, not bad. I learned how to take motors out, transmissions out, do everything. So I'm very grateful, like I said, to have learned all that. But after that, I just got kind of tired of it, wanted to find something else. I tried door-to-door sales. Door-to-door sales for about a month or two. Honestly, did not go well. I was in my head so much. It was really a mindset thing. Now looking back on it, there was other people around me that were producing, making a lot of money. I was like, what are these people doing that I can't? I was just not in the right mindset. You just have to, for those type of situations, right, after getting faced with rejection, and being outside for 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day, you have to be able to be resilient, right? To be that type of person that can uphold themselves like nothing has happened to them in the past or the previous rejection didn't mean anything, and you still are who you are, and you can present yourself in that confident way, it's a very tough skill. It's easier said than done, right? Did that. Honestly, I didn't do well. I was in my head a lot. I had my parents down on me, whatever. Then transitioned into construction. I was like, you know what, I'll go back to blue collar. I know I can work hard, right? All worst case scenario, I have the work ethic to just work hard. If I can plug in anywhere and they allow me to grow and learn and work hard, then yeah, I'll just do that. So I was working at a concrete plant where they batch concrete. Honestly, it was terrible, but in hindsight, it wasn't that bad, right? Like, if I had to go back, I could do it now that I know that I'm capable of, but I wouldn't want to do that again for my entire life. I was making the same amount of money. I was looking around, people who were like 40, 50 years old, 60 years old were working there, making, a couple more dollars an hour more than me, but they were still paycheck to paycheck, some of them. Just some bad habits, overall bad environment. For the most part, some people were good, don't get me wrong. But it was just, again, not what I wanted. No one was in a position where I really wanted to be. I keep seeking for more in life. And I can't, for the love of God to me, just like settle. I just can't. I feel like itchy. I can't sleep at night. I can't. I have this tingly feeling. Like, I can't just sit there and accept mediocrity. For some reason, I just want to pursue more and be more. Because in my head, right, subconsciously, even though it's not a reality currently, I know that it's all possible. So it's like, I just can't let this opportunity go to waste when I know I have the ability to be more. And that's what keeps me going. It's just the fact that I know many others that didn't have the backstory, or not the backstory, but the prerequisites or the pre-requirements to success, but they made them, right? They created it out of thin air. They made their own economy, which is just so amazing to me, that someone can carry that much power within themselves and so much belief and faith that they can create something out of nothing, literally something out of nothing. And it's amazing, but it all starts with the mind, right? And I've realized that more and more that I've progressed in this journey. So back to the story, because I keep going on a tangent. I pretty much have ADHD. I think all entrepreneurs do, to be honest. Anyways, doing construction, hated it. Did that for about a year. Honestly, it's making good money. I'm not gonna lie. If I had to go back, I could do that, live comfortably. But again, comfortable. I didn't want to be comfortable. I wanted to seek more. I for reference, I guess, I use cars as a big motivator for me. And a lot of people say, oh, you can't have that. Like me, I am going to have, I already do have a McLaren. I am going to have a McLaren, or a Lamborghini, whatever it is, right? And a lot of people don't believe that because it doesn't even fathom their mind that it's possible. But after going to all these car shows, all these cars and coffee, and seeing who's driving the Ferraris, who's driving the Lamborghinis, all it is the same kid who started their little business or whatever it was, and they just never fucking gave up, right? They just kept putting in the work, no matter what the doubters, no matter what the haters said. They just kept putting in the work, and ultimately it came into fruition, right? So seeing it in person and really being able to look at the cars and just take pictures and videos of them really inspires and motivates me. And that's what I'm using at the moment to help keep pushing me forward, right? Because it's not always sunshines and rainbows, and it's not great and all, obviously, right? So back to the story again. I'm doing construction, I hate it, and then I'm like, man, I really want to get into real estate. I keep listening to all these podcasts at work. I'm listening to all this like Bird Method, real estate, wholesaling, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, for like 3 years, this was going on even since like the mechanic shop. I was listening to podcasts about like wholesaling, real estate, flipping, investing. I'm just like, man, it's real estate. Like, real estate is my dream pathway to success. Like, somehow real estate is going to lead me down the path. I really need to learn this. Sales and real estate, somehow they correlate together. You have to know sales to do real estate as well. But I forced myself basically into a company that did real estate, right? Like, cold outreach so many times. They kept denying me because I had no prerequisites. I was a blue collar worker. Why would they hire me? I didn't know any sales. I didn't know anything. I would DM them. I would call them. They would ignore me. And after probably 6 months of outreach, maybe it was a little bit less than 6 months. Maybe I'm prolonging it, but it was probably 4 months of outreach. Finally, they gave me an opportunity. They were like, you know what, kid? You just won't shut up, basically. So closed mouths don't get fed. Use that as a little like reminder. But basically, I just kept reaching out. Finally gave me an opportunity, and basically I got in there, and I was just like, man, these guys are making this much money doing this in an office, not doing like real manual labor. It was a lot of stressful mental work. I saw the shift now. It was the shift went from physical labor to using your mind in a smarter way to be able to generate money. And I was like, man, these guys really weren't special at all. They honestly had a way worse backstory than like I could have had. They were in a way worse position at 20, 28, whatever age, right? They were doing some crazy things, got into some bad things. So it was like, wow, these people were able to turn their lives around. And it's like, why am I not able to? And the amount of money, I had never fathomed making over $100,000 per month, right? With something so basic or simple. And then after seeing them possibly make $300,000, $400,000 a month, I was like, what? Like it like shattered my mind and reality of like what was really possible. I was like, there's no way these guys are making almost $500,000 a month, and like they weren't nobody special. Like I was like, what the freak? Like I was so shook. And I was like, man, I have to learn this. Like, I have to plug in. I have to learn this. These guys are doing this. This is the blueprint. Worst case, the worst is the knowledge. The knowledge just was valuable here. Even if I don't make that much money doing this job, it's just the knowledge that I can learn, the blueprint, their mistakes and their failures. Because if I can learn at scale what type of mistakes that a company makes at 300, 400,000, and it was still a relatively small company of like 15 to 20 people, so it wasn't like a big corporation. I was still being able to learn literally everything from within. I was like, man, this is it. And I mean, I learned it. Some things ended up happening, changed, some things happened, whatever. I don't want to talk too much about it. It's not for me to talk about, but it ended up changing, whatever. Ended up not working out as well. So I was like, man, you know what? Like this opportunity was great and all, but now the circumstances have changed. I just really need to make a leap forward and either do this for myself or figure out something else. I don't want to keep having to clock in for someone. I don't want to have to keep working the 9 to 5, driving an hour to work, an hour back to work, just dreading my life every day. I woke up, I constantly hated it. And it got to the point where I was honestly, I don't really like talking about it, whatever, suicidal, whatever, whatever. It's not even suicidal, right? You just get in your fucking head because you just hate it so much, but you don't realize how good we have it. Sometimes you just have to compare. I look at my parents and I think about, like, man, these people struggled way more than me, and they never made an excuse or made any type of like reason to stop going or chose the easier path. So I can never do that myself, right? But yeah, I really honestly hated my life. Just to put it in plain, simple terms, I really hated my life. I really wasn't happy. It was been 3 to 4 years jumping from career to career, mechanic, sales, construction. I was just like, man, what do I want to do? And then ultimately, I just figured it out that I really don't want to have to work for someone else. I don't want to have a boss. I want to be fully independent of myself. I want to be a type of person that I carry that type of aura, basically, or that I create my own fucking economy. I create something out of nothing, literally. It's rare. Not a lot of people can do that, right? And in life, I mean, what else is there to do, right? You make money, you reproduce, have kids, whatever it is. But like, I mean, if I'm gonna do that, I might as well do that at the top level. It's almost like a video game. You can play a video game and have your character at like regular stats, but like, why would you just like go through the game at regular stats? Why not max out your stats and play the game to the full ability that you can? And that's really what you can do in life. Like, you can create that reality in person and not just in the video game, which is what I have been realizing just by seeing it around me, right? Getting around other wealthy people, or even if I don't have that network, it's just finding events or social places that I can go to learn more. So basically, I've been at this for a month now, right? And I'm like, I was so hyped. I was ready to get into it. I was like, man, I'm just tired of working for other people. Sorry, my nose is itching. I was tired of working for other people. I was like, man, I'm tired of this. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to jump. I felt so confident. I was like, man, I'm going to make $100,000 my first month. This is a cake and a walk in the park. And then, boom, I got started. And it wasn't like that. And it's just like, as a person, you just want to get overhyped. You want to get motivated and stuff. But you just have to look at the reality of things. And it's a step-by-step process. And all these other people, even the people that I was mentioning to you right now that are making $300,000, that wasn't their first business, right? These guys had done business for 10 years in the past previously. So those skills transferred over to this new business venture when they started it. So the business blew up quick and they were able to make money, right? So you have to look at every single aspect, not just because somebody starts a business one year and it blows up. It's like, oh, you know, they know business, right? Yeah, they do know business, but they didn't just learn this in a year. They have 20, 30 years of failed businesses that they learned from. Finally, then when they started this new business venture, it clicked. It blew up because of all the other past experiences that they had. And yeah, maybe some, you know, younger kid will start a business at 18, 19, 20 and it will blow up and they'll get success. But you just can't think of yourself like that, right? You just have to be willing and able to put in the work, even though you're not guaranteed that outcome. And that's ultimately what I've realized is the shift here. And the biggest change that I've noticed from going to be a 9 to 5 employee to being a full-time entrepreneur, right, trying to be self-sufficient and make money on my own, is just that you only get paid for the production, the something that you create out of nothing, right? The sell that you make, the real value that provide. You have to solve a problem in the world that somebody else is going to exchange that money for you, and it has to be something real, right? It can't be just something, oh, here and there. Maybe you can like fabricate some things, get a few quick sales by scamming some people and telling them that you're gonna like provide this and that, but you're not gonna build anything real. I'm talking about building a real tangible business, even building a real skill that ultimately you're never gonna have to worry about money, because even if you lose the business, even if you lose whatever it is, whatever happens, you know that you can do it again because you are the person who you are inside. And Alex Hormozi talks about this a lot. And it's like, it doesn't matter if he loses acquisitions.com or if he loses everything, he knows how to fucking sell. He can just, again, start over from scratch because he knows the skill set of selling, and then he's able to overcome something. But he doesn't also know the skill of selling. He has real value to provide behind the selling, right? But going back to me, having this fantasy of like, oh, I'm gonna make $100,000 per month my first month into entrepreneurship, it wasn't like that, right? So today is what, week 4, a month in. To be realistic with you guys, I've made about $3,000, which is not bad at all, honestly. I mean, at my other job, I was not too far off of that to be making that amount of money, but the amount of work I have put in this past month has been way more than 40 hours. I've been working, sun up to sun down, and maybe all those hours haven't been all real working hours, which is another topic I want to get to. But I'm constantly up. It's 8-9 p.m. I'm still working on whatever it is, trying to do something. Sometimes I'm up at night. I can't sleep. I'm just thinking about it, like I have to make money, because when you're an entrepreneur, you don't get paid by the hour. You get paid by the production. And you may miss the opportunity if you're fucking asleep. So I'm like, shit, I need to be awake, because what if the opportunity comes for me to make money and I'm over here sleeping? I'm not going to be able to make the money. But some people are just not cut out for this shit, right? You have to be able to and willing to want to do this, right? You really have to want it. And I've realized that I've been reading this book here. I need to get better about it, but Think and Grow Rich. You guys need to pick this up. If you guys struggle with motivation, this is the book you need to pick up to create your desire, right? Your burning desire. Follow the blueprint here, right? This has been helping me because I needed to create a really strong desire, because the reason why all these people are even successful to begin with, nobody is special, right? None of these people are special. All these people I see making money, man, they're just regular Joe Schmoes. Some of them still have a lot of vices, still do a lot of bad things. They're not even a great person, but they had a really strong burning desire, right? And they really, really wanted it bad enough that no matter what external thing happened, no matter what situation they were put in, they were still willing and able to keep pushing forward. And this is what this talks about a lot too. Are you willing and able to? And if you are, then yes, go after it, right? There's no more questions about it. But I was getting really impatient with like making money, and I was like, man, I may have to find a job. Like I started thinking about finding another job. Like, can you think about that? Like, I was like, man, maybe I should like find a part-time. I went to these interviews for like a window cleaning company. I was like, man, what am I doing, bro? Like, I talk so much talk all this crap, was so hyped up to be an entrepreneur, and within 1 week I'm bailing, I'm giving up, I'm like, I'm in my head. And it's like, dude, it's been a week and I haven't made any money. It's because I was used to the 9 to 5 paycheck. Every week I was getting some type of deposit, so it felt good, right? That comfortability that a lot of us can't escape. But no, I finally broke out of it. And now that I'm in this uncharted territory, my brain is going haywire. I'm like, dude, what the freak? Like, this is so new to me. I've never done this. No one around me does this. Like, I'm the only one doing this. People doubting me. Like, what is this really what I'm supposed to do? And I just sat there and really thought, and it's like, no, dude, if you go back, you already know what you're going back to. I'm going back to the comfortability. Even if I went to a construction job, even if I found a job paying me $100,000, $150,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year, it's not what I want. It's not what I want. I don't want to work for someone else. I want to be independent. I want to create that freedom for myself. I want to be able to travel. I want to be there for my kids whenever that time comes. I want to have the flexibility. I want to create my own business, create my own economy. That's my true dream from within myself that keeps attacking me inside, and it's telling me, go after it, go after it, go after it. And I kept pushing it off and off and off, and I'm like, no, maybe I'll just find a better job. Maybe I'll find this and that. And finally, I jumped in a weekend. I'm thinking to myself, like, what am I doing? I'm like, no, stick to the game plan, keep pushing. And even then, as I'm reading this book is really, it's just helping me, because it really is all about your mindset. Because if you hold a bad mindset, a negative mindset, a pessimistic mindset, then you're never going to see the opportunity that's sitting right in front of you. And I had so many opportunities right in front of me, but with the negative mindset of being in my head and wallowing it and looking for a part-time job, I was missing the opportunity right in front of me. I actually already had an insurance license to sell life insurance, and I had just let it go to waste, and I already had it. I took a whole state exam, got fingerprinted, did the whole thing, studied really hard, failed actually once on the test, and did it again, passed. And then something clicked, right? One of my boys, because I'm in real estate, right? One of my friends, he was like, man, this IUL thing. I was like, IUL, what's that? He was like, yeah, this is crazy, dude. This works really cool for like using it for properties. He was like, you can pull money out while the money's participating in it, but it's a life insurance policy. I was like, life insurance policy? I was like, I know about life insurance. I sell life insurance, but it was final expense. It was like for the burial and the cremation. It's like when you bury somebody or whatever the crap is, right? And I was like, what is this? This is like another aspect of insurance, but you can use it for investing. He was like, yeah, this is like what the super wealthy use, like the secret people use, whatever. This is like something that just most people aren't aware of, but this is a strategy that, you know, real estate people use, or investors, or even just anyone else. Anybody that knows how to do this or run the play can do this, right? So I was like, what? And then as I'm reading this book, and it's like, in every defeat there's or in every like bad situation there's an equivalent seed of opportunity. And as I'm like going through this book, reading that, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm going through this, and I'm like, man, I don't really know what I want to do, blah 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 blah. The person that I was doing insurance with, basically for just the final expense, they actually like branch off, start their own company, start selling IULs as well, and start like implementing this as well, because they were like, oh yeah, we've actually figured this out as well, and they've actually been implementing this for a while. They've just been trying to get everything ready to launch, but they were like, yeah, we've actually learned about this strategy as well, and we figured out that we can help clients as well, and it's just a better product for us to offer, because selling insurance is cool and all, but final expense is mainly to like elderly people. It's for, you know, when they, God forbid, if something were to happen to them, they pass away. So it's a much different type of sell. It's a very, you know, it's a sad, it's a touchy sell, right? I mean, you're talking about leaving money if you pass away or something. It's not the happiest subject, but you are helping people ultimately, so it does make you feel good, right? But this is another type of sale that you can make while talking to people about building their wealth and helping them secure their future and how to leverage money to be able to invest. So it's just like, you know what I mean? Like when you're trying to figure out what you want to do in life, you want to do something that's fulfillable, something that's enjoyable, something how you can help and provide value. When I talk about creating the economy, it's like, man, like I can make money and help people set themselves up to create more wealth and follow them on their path, and they could possibly as well network with me in real estate, because I'm in real estate and that directly correlates with me. And it just started all clicking. I was like, man, this is the opportunity that was right in front of me, and I'm over here looking for this damn part-time window cleaning like job or something, working for somebody else to get outside in the heat. And it's like this opportunity was right here in front of me, and all I had to do was just plug in and study. So I just got to work, right? The next step in entrepreneurs is all the action, right? I spent a whole week procrastinating. I lost time. I'm not getting paid for that. I need to be producing, creating my economy, really moving the needle forward. And some things move the needle forward a little bit slower, so I got impatient with that. Like, oh, the study, and you have to learn the IUL, really make sure you know what you're talking about so that you can provide the best value for the customer. But in me preparing that, that's allowing me to in the long term provide a better service to my customer, make sure my people are satisfied and I can explain the information correctly, and then ultimately it's going to yield returns into me. But you just have to figure out what needle movers are the best for you, right? Which is what I've been working on. Like, should I spend time on creating content and prospecting and trying to help people, or should I spend time on studying more about my product as well? You have to find that balance, but you ultimately just do that by experience, right? You don't do that by thinking, you just do it by taking action. So fast forward, right? We're a month in. I've been learning about insurance, still learning about real estate and wanting to execute on real estate. But the real estate is just a longer type of process, right? You're talking about 3 months. If it could be a sooner thing to close a deal and make some money. With this insurance thing, I'm able to help people and get paid way sooner to create that cash flow in order to start investing more into real estate. I'm really trying to get into flipping and find my own property, but I want to make sure I have the cash flow so that I don't go negative, right? But everything starts with just taking action. I've noticed that in this month that I've been doing everything, the times that I've actually made money and done things is because I've provided the value. I've made something in the economy. I created something from nothing, and I got off my butt and did it, right? There was no whining, there was no complaining. It was just get up and do the work. And how you do anything is how you do everything, right? A good mentor of mine told me of that. I don't know if it's so good actually, but a mentor of mine told me that in the real estate space, and it really does translate to everything. And I really think about it a lot. And I've been disciplined with the gym. I go like every day, and that's really something that helps me get up and get moving, because now that I'm on my own, there's nobody to tell me to do anything. There's nobody here telling me, hey Alex, go do this and that, and I'm going to give you the weekly check at the end of the week. No, I have to go out there and do something of value to get paid for it, right? So I just wanted to hop on here, give it to you guys straight. I know this video was pretty long. It's a little bit of rant. Hopefully it finds the correct people who are thinking about making a move into entrepreneurship, right? If you stayed this whole way and you listen to me, dude, you're ready. What are you doing? You've been thinking about starting the business. You've been thinking about doing it, and I know you're scared. But you just got to go out there and don't let the outside world reflect you, right? You internally have to be strong enough until whatever you're holding inside within yourself, the visualization, the image of who you really want to be, the person that you want to become, you just have to keep holding it inside until it starts reflecting on the outer, right? No matter if you're in debt, if you're not making the money that you want to make, if you're not in the financial position that you are, as well, you just have to hold that belief strong enough in here and apply real actionable action in the world, right? Like actually do something. Don't just, I'm going to visualize in the morning, I'm going to say my affirmations, this and that, and think that it's just going to come to me. No, I have to go out there and actually act as that person, right? If I want to act as the person who's making $100,000 per month, how does that person act? What do? Like, do they get up in the morning, or do they stay in bed? Do they choose to eat healthy in the morning, or do they choose to eat unhealthy? Do they choose to do some planning in the morning, or do they choose to not do some planning? It's like, it's very simple when you, how do you say it? Backtrace it, back funnel it, or recreate it, whatever people talk about, the re-engineer, backwards engineer the shit. Like literally, how would your $1 million self act? Backwards engineer it, and then just do that, dude. It's not that hard. And a lot of people don't know where to start, and it really just starts with your habit, mindset. And I think a lot with your health, honestly. Ever since I've gotten healthier, it's been a direct correlation to just my external. Maybe I'm still not the best at dieting and whatnot, but I'm very consistent. I'm mindful about what I eat, and at least compared to most society, I am pretty healthy, right? Or somewhat healthy, whatever it is, right? I feel good, at least. That's all I can say, right? I feel good. I feel energized. I feel ready to get up and go, and I have a strong, motivating, burning desire to go after what I want to get. And really, you just have to sometimes jump all in, right? When I was comfortable, I wouldn't really commit. I was like half in, half out for years and years. I was thinking like, man, I can work a job and part-time do my business, this and that. But it would just never work out. I would never make any money on the side. Literally, I would never make any money, real money on the side. I tried some other business ventures, and I really just lost money. And it was because I was just always halfway in, halfway out. Now that I've put myself against the wall and I've told myself, no, I have no other option. This has to work out. I'm really laying the pressure, right? I'm laying it on myself. Like, I have to make this work. And I've told my parents, I've told everyone around me that I'm going to make this work. And what, am I going to go back on my word and look like an idiot? No. Even worst case comes to worst, right? Like, you really don't ever fail as long as you don't give up. Like, there's no way after all that I've experienced now I'm gonna end up in a worse situation. I've learned so much, even just in a month or two, a month and a week, right? A month and a week of being independent, really trying to make a living on my own, through remote sales, insurance, real estate, whatever it is, what it really takes, right? And this is just a month in. Imagine where I'll be in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, while I could have, continued on my traditional path of maybe working at a company and move my way up to a management position, even like a CFO, whatever CEO position. But it still would have been someone else's thing, something I had never really found what I wanted to do. And now that I've gone on my own, I feel so much freer. Like, I I haven't woken up a day, really, even when I was going through that first week of like really hating it, I was still happy. I was so happy because I finally took the leap. I finally did what I said I was gonna fucking do after so many years of just thinking about it and wanting and dreaming and visualizing, just imagining like what would my life look like if I just didn't have to report to a boss. Now I'm here. I'm sitting here right now. It's 7:47 in the morning on a Tuesday, about to get a quick walk, and I'm gonna read. I'm gonna go home and get to work, right? Get to making some more money, because money isn't gonna come out of nowhere, right? I'm gonna keep working on myself, keep improving, and it just feels so great to just be in the process finally. Finally stick to my word. I'm waking up and really doing what I want to do, and even though I'm not where I want to be exactly just yet, I'm not making the exact money I want to make right now, I'm finally going in the right steps towards that 100, like really, like finally, like I'm not working the job, I'm finally fully independent, I'm going after it, and I'm just learning day by day. So really, you should just see this as a sign to finally just take the leap. I mean, maybe you shouldn't just take the leap, right? Like I made sure some of my finances were set up correctly, so I had some leeway, I had some type of plan. But even when I had that plan, really that plan didn't work out. That plan got shitted on within a week. So just it's expected, right? Life is gonna hit you. But right before I did this leap, I can honestly attest something that gave me the most confidence. If you guys take anything from this video, this last golden nugget, I don't know, my AirPod's messing up or something. I hope you guys can hear me, please. I hope. But 75 hard, Andy Frisella. I had been wanting to do that program as well for so long, procrastinated on it, said I couldn't do it because blah, 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 blah. Literally every goddamn excuse in the book. But finally just did it. It just, like, I got so annoyed with myself. You just have to get so annoyed with yourself, hate yourself so much, just be so tired and sick of your situation. Like, you're just like, man, fuck this. I can't stand this anymore. I can't take this anymore. I need to change something. I need to do something different. And then you finally just do it, okay? It's as simple as that. But 75 hard, 2 workouts a day, 1 inside, 1 outside, 45 minutes, a gallon of water a day, 10 pages of reading, and then you follow a diet, all for 75 days, not missing a single freaking day. That built so much confidence within me, because it's so easy to just let go of those small things, right? How you do anything is how you do everything. It's so easy to just not drink the gallon of water. It's so easy to read 9 pages instead of 10 pages. So easy to work out 40 minutes instead of 45 minutes. It's so easy to just do half a workout instead of the outside workout, or whatever it is, right? It's so easy. But after 75 days, no matter what situation came up, no matter what party, no matter what like random event, no matter if I was feeling tired, sick, I still went out there and did the non-negotiables. It really built the confidence in me, and now that I look back on it, maybe I need to get back on the program. I was at an all-time high, even though I felt like I was wasting time almost, and I was like, oh, this is taking so much time out of my day, I'm feeling tired. But I really wasn't. Like, it really had me locked in and disciplined, where I had my days just really locked. Like, I was feeling really good. I was flowing in a high state, and it gave me the confidence, all the confidence to leave my job. It literally gave me all the confidence in the world to finally just say, you know what? I can leave my job. I'm able to stick to my word on these small things. Why can't I? Because all business is really is just sticking to the blueprint long enough until you get the results, right? Until the internal starts reflecting the outside of the external. Most people just can't handle the pressure that it takes to create a diamond, right? It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of beating sometimes. Sometimes it's quicker, sometimes it's not. But you just have to be all willing. I have to have all the faith, all the willing, because the universe is never going to give me what I'm looking for if I'm not all in, right? When I was halfway in, halfway out, I was never making any money. Now that I went full all in, and I'm willing to keep bashing at it, right? Week 2, not making any money. Keep going. Week 3, not making any money. Keep going. Finally, I'm a month in. I've made about, $3,000. And I just have to keep going. The money's only gonna keep going up, right? So just keep on pushing. This is your sign. Finally, take the leap of faith. Start 75 hard. Lock in your discipline. Have that belief in yourself. Everyone started from somewhere. Everyone had a different starting position as well. So sometimes it's good to compare yourself to others. Sometimes it's not, right? Use people as motivators. Don't hate on others, right? Don't get jealousy. Don't do that shit, right? That's all that bad energy shit. Really use other people as motivation. If these dumb motherfuckers could do it, why can't I? Okay? So get out there, get to work. I'm gonna get to it.